just about a year ago in my office. We kind of run a democratic office, so my agents always get to vote on things that they want to do and how they want to party particularly. So we took a vote on what we were going to do for our holiday party for Christmas. And the agents decided that they would like to, instead of having a Christmas party in our office, that they would like to hold a charity event and raise money for a local charity. So we started putting together committees, and I have to tell you, this was almost all agent-driven. So we had 35 agents who volunteered to put this charity event together. In the beginning, for the first couple of months, they would meet about once a month as a committee. We had, I think, 6 committees. We have a couple of the agents here in the audience today. If you guys would just raise your hands who were on the committees. The hard work and the effort that they put in was phenomenal, and you'll know why in just a minute. So, and then as it got about, 2 months, we had the event on December 16th. So at about 2 months, they started meeting once a week, and then 2 weeks before the event, they started meeting once a day. So it was an incredible effort. We had a PR committee, we had a donation committee, we had a receiving, so we received actually hundreds and hundreds of gifts and donations. We received a lot of really good alcohol. Thank you, Cuba, for the tequila. And we got things like an attorney, $500 to setting up a trust. We had gifts of jewelry and dinners for 2 and golf packages. And it was just, we designated a room for the gifts, and it got to be so much that, they were just piled on top of each other. So we, I shouldn't say we, but they tirelessly worked and got it all handled. And we had, hundreds of people come to our office that day. We did invite the entire Real Estate Association in Las Vegas. You know what they talk about, givers gain? It just so happened it kind of made for a nice recruiting event, but that was not our intention. But we did have a lot of agents from other companies come and see what our culture was about. So we had a silent auction. We had 3 different, one closed at 1 table, another table closed at 2, and another table closed at 3, so we had continuous. And then we had a live auction as well. I thought we might have some pictures. There was something about a big pig, I think, that someone got to take home that was larger than a car. But we raised, and this is our first year, we raised over $15,000. So, yeah. And really, that's to the agents. They worked so hard. And then our very own owner and CEO, Cuba, graciously and generously matched dollar for dollar. So it was a $30,000 charity event that we were able to give to Shade Tree Organization. And it's my understanding that it was the largest single donation that they've ever received. So we're very, very happy about that. And so with that in mind, we're going to do 2-part? Okay.
Okay.
So who am I introducing next?
Oh, hey. I'm going to take over for just 2 seconds.
Great.
I think what we want to do right now is, in addition, we're going to bring Catherine back and for a little presentation here, but we want to bring Michelle Valero up here to the stage real quick. Where's Michelle at? There she is, right there. Bring her up here from Neighborhood Housing Services of Nevada. Here you are. There you go. Here's your microphone. Come on up here. You got the floor.
Oh, well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Michelle Valero. I'm the Executive Director for Neighborhood Housing Services. Louder? Is that better?
There you go.
There you go. Who's local from Las Vegas? Oh, that's great. Who's heard of Neighborhood Housing Services? That's good. So my presentation is not working today, so I'm going to kind of try and improvise. At our agency, of which I want to first off say thank you so much for if you're going to come and donate your time tomorrow. What we offer as a nonprofit agency is a couple different line items. Back in 1992, we had some residents in North Las Vegas say, you know what, we want to figure out how to give back to the community. So they formed Neighborhood Housing Services of Southern Nevada. We offer foreclosure counseling, pre-purchase counseling, education, first-time homebuyer education, down payment assistance, affordable housing, transitional housing, and community building and engagement. So unfortunately, I don't have my slides, so I'm going to try and improvise here. Hold on. So prior to working for this great organization, I too was in the mortgage industry back in 2008. And for anybody that was working during that time, you can remember how it was here in Las Vegas. So I decided I've got to figure out what to do to feel good about what I was doing. So what did I do? I went to Neighborhood Housing Services and I said, you know what, let me start working with some of the first-time home buyers, and what can I do to give more to the community for myself? What ended up happening is I've stayed for the last 8 years. I didn't leave. So we all know about the crash, and as you can all imagine what it looked like working for a nonprofit that offered these services. Let's see here. It was devastating. The clients that we met with weren't looking to purchase a house. As a matter of fact, what they were trying to do was actually keep their home. So since 2009, Neighborhood Housing Services has actually counseled over 1,500 families in either saving their home, keeping their home, or working with you folks to try and figure out how to release some of this inventory that we had. So, and in the past 6 years, on top of doing foreclosure counseling, we also did foreclosure events. We worked with partnering lenders, just to make sure that if the clients didn't come to us, we went out in the community. So what coupled with some of these families losing their home, and for some of us that were here locally, we had such a affordable housing stock, as you can say. And part of the process for Neighborhood Housing Services, in order to meet some of the qualifications, and of course it's the carrot at the end of the stick, is down payment assistance. So as far as education, we hold 3 a month, 2 in English, 1 in Spanish, and we also offer it online. Since 2009, we have actually educated over 5,000 plus families. On top of that, we have counseled over 2,700 plus families. And as far as down payment assistance, at the end of 2015, we have placed over 800 families utilizing the down payment assistance. Has anybody used the down payment assistance? See, that's good to see. So in addition to these other programs, we offer also 132 affordable housing units and also transitional housing. This is the first step before they actually become a homeowner, and honestly, to get them off the streets. All these properties that we talk about today, all these programs, the beauty about it is that we do collaborate with 27 different nonprofits. One of them is here today, which is Shade Tree, and some of her folks actually come and stay at some of our properties. Our teams, our local residents, what we do is not only do we do these services, and I want to say for free, everyone thinks nonprofit is for free. We do serve the community in that capacity, but I do expect my team to do the same, so they also are required to give back. And I can't really say give back, I try to get away from that. It really is giving more. So, how does it feel since 2008? What a great ride, mission accomplished. I don't do this alone. We do have a staff of 13. We manage apartments, we are teachers in the community, we underwrite the loans, we counsel the community, and most importantly, our team continues to help and we continue to advocate for those that don't. Our story is we were founded in 1992 by a group of local residents. Since our mission is to provide affordable housing, home ownership, education, neighborhood revitalization in targeted areas throughout Southern Nevada to low to moderate income families. And our vision is to build better homes block by block. That's our story, and ultimately it's the same as yours. We're just here to try and help people find a way back into their home. So thank you so much for choosing us as your Give Back Day or your Care Day, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. So, you want to invite your guests up?
Yes, at
Absolutely.
this time, I'd like to invite Marlene Richter with Shade Tree. She worked with us and collaborated and kind of helped us through the journey of our first charity auction. So thank you for all of your help, and if you'd like to let us know a little bit more about Shade Tree.
Sure. Hello, everybody. The Shade Tree started because somebody cared. Just like this charity event that was held here in Las Vegas, somebody cared. And now, because those people back in 1989 put their mind to making a difference, 27 years later, thousands and thousands and thousands of people each year are served in our shelter. In the past 12 months, we've served over 6,000 women and children. We're the one shelter in the state that includes pets. And that makes the difference. Because that means when a victim of domestic violence comes in and she takes that brave step to walk through our door, she doesn't have to go back the next day because she knows that her pet was left behind, without food or without water, or being the next target for abuse. And so in 2008, we opened Noah's Animal House, first one in the nation, and still the only one in our state. We serve women with children, women with teenagers, teenagers without their parents anymore. If they have been left behind, if they have been disconnected from their families, they can still come in. So each day, somewhere between 60 and 100 children call the Shade Tree home. Each day, somewhere between 200 and 225 women call the Shade Tree home. They can come in for a short stay, up to 3 months, or a long stay, up to 1 year. We have a medical clinic that we opened in 2009 in partnership with Toro University, which is in south of here in Henderson. And we have volunteer doctors and nurses come in, and we make sure that the children have their immunizations. If the victims have been wounded, we take care of their wounds whenever possible there on site. And then even for our elderly residents, the ones who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, if they have something going on with their heart, or they've had a stroke, or they're just having trouble getting around, our doctors take care of them too. It's not possible to do this alone. It's not possible for us to take any of the credit because it's our community standing all together, just like your group, just like the doctors, just like thousands of volunteers that come in. We are able to accomplish so much because so many people care. And so when you think about women, children, and pets starting over, it truly is a great big hug around them with case management, the meals, the clothing, job readiness, all of the components that they could possibly need, we bring to the table like a buffet. And as the residents are ready, they can participate in classes, they can participate in support groups, and they can participate in the services that are brought to our campus. Thank you so much for even thinking about, on top of what you've accomplished here, to be a part of a Give Back Day. Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to meet so many agents, because really the word spreads. And when the agents meet somebody that might be in need of services, they can spread the word that we're here. We serve people from every single state. Because we serve tourists, because we serve human trafficking rescued persons, we serve people from other nations and other regions here in our community. And so most likely wherever you're from, we've served somebody from where you're from here in our shelter. Thank you so much for the opportunity to join you today. Thank you so much for the opportunity to tell you about the Shade Tree women, children, and pets, and for the thousands and thousands of successful transitions from shelter to self-sufficiency that our guests have been able to realize because everybody stands with them and cheers them on towards success. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you so much, Marlene. I'd like to ask Kuba to come up.
Hello. First off, can I give you a hug? Of course. Thank you for everything that you do, really. And thank you, Catherine, for making us aware, myself and everybody here. So last December, I was so inspired, and you're raising funds, and all the donations and everybody's involvement in this. And I just stopped by to support, and I was so intrigued to learn more. And you shared the story of Shade Tree. And so we matched it dollar for dollar, and we've never done this before. And so I thought, you know what? We have the camera crew there. Let's go the next day. A few folks, change the schedule around, and I wanted to spend a few minutes and really to be a part of it and to make it real for me. And so I thought it was going to be a few minutes. Actually, it was a few hours. And Marlene, I appreciate your time and showing me around, as you saw in the pictures. And so I welcome everybody tomorrow. If you do have time, go and please take a look. Please go take a look. Quick look before you fly out and spend time with your families. But it's really different hearing it, seeing on a slideshow, and being a part of it. So I know it's giving back. It's not only about money, but the donation will help, at least help a little bit, to continue your efforts. And if we could do more, please let us know, and we will do more. And thank you for everything that you do, Marlene. And so we'd like to present the check. And before we do the, come on in. Before we do this, as I mentioned yesterday, is that hyper-local industry, right? Local, local, local. And our focus going forward is going to be more. We've given back in the past, but we're going to be focused on more, giving back more in our local communities across the 17 markets, 17 states that we're in right now. But as we expand nationally and internationally and globally, we also want to focus on the communities where we live, work, and play. So with that said, there's a person who is dear to my heart and behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know, but about 11 years ago, she started with me when very, very early days. I believe you're the 6th employee, right, Catherine? And so it's been a fantastic ride, hasn't it? Yeah, a lot of change, and she's put up with all the chaos and kind of brought a lot of sanity to my life. And so she's multitasked, has had various roles, and you've always been successful in everything that you do. Not only an up-and-comer, but she always embraces everything that I throw at her. Okay. And she makes the best out of it. So going forward, and the timing of it all, we got our own 501c3 about a year ago, and I'm very proud of it. And now we're going to do really big things about it, with it. So with Catherine and her passion and her purpose going forward, she's actually taking a lot of educational courses to advance her knowledge, and we're going to give her the chance to get the experience as well about giving back. So in your local communities, Catherine Yoshigawa is going to be your point person, so anything that we can do as an organization or as a one family in your local communities, she's the gal. So now you get to see her face to face, and Catherine, over the last 11 years, thank you for putting up with me. All the changes, everything. But we all adore you and thank you. And so our charity manager, and this is the person that's going to help you. Thank you. So, check, please.
Do you have to go get your checkbook?
So,
All right.
a quick photo, and
Yes,
you have an
quick photo.
announcement.
Then I have something else I would like to share as well, too. So good. Why don't you take that? It's for you. Juan, picture with this? No, yes? Where's Juan?
While we're doing this, Marlene, I know you gave me a sort of how much it costs to help one one client per day. What was that number again?
Well, the way that we break it up is really it costs about $1,000 to take somebody from start all the way through to success at the shade tree. So every $1,000 takes care of everything that the person needs.
So because of the hard work of all of the agents and Cuba, we probably were able to help at least over 30 families in giving back. Wow, 30, Cuba. For a year, 30 families, we've made a difference. That's awesome. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Okay.
you, Marlene.
You guys want to stay up here? Do you want to stay up here for this? Okay.
What,
All
you
right.
mean there's more?
Oh, there is more. Yes, wait. All right, so a week or so ago, a week and a half or so ago, I got, 15 phone calls from one from Cuba, one from Tara, and they told me about an individual that obviously, as Cuba's heart is there, we both fell in love with this individual. We heard about a story, but the inspiration to this story was this situation that happened to her that brought her to Shade Tree for a short period of time is not going to keep this woman down. This woman is very, very inspiring to me and, of course, Cuba. So I would like to bring up somebody, and then I'm going to tell you the rest of the story, okay? Clarice LeRae, come on up here. Come on up here for a second. And we're going to introduce her amazing children, but I guess one of them wants to introduce himself, I think. So this young man would like to take the microphone and say who he is. Can you tell everybody who you are? What's your name? Is it on? Yep. Go ahead, a little closer.
Hi. I'm Cortez.
Cortez, can you introduce your sister? Sir, I'm sorry. Can you introduce your brother? My bad. Go ahead, up closer.
I have a sister?
Yeah, you didn't know yet? You have a sister coming.
Cassius.
Cassius. Give these two a round of applause for a second, okay? All right, so Clarice is getting her real estate license.
Woohoo!
And Thursday, a week ago, Thursday, Juan called me and gave her information to me, and I called her on Monday morning, or Monday we met. And the person's spirit and her drive, her inspiration, we've never done this before, ever. Cuba is like all in. We wanted to give back again, and so what Cuba's offered to Clarice for her first year is no expenses in her career.
Wow.
I am honored to be able to say to the Summerlin office right now, Clarice LeRae will be part of our office. She will be with our Summerlin office right here. So we will be able to see, excuse me? Of course you can break dance, dude. Let's do this. Do we got some break dance music? That is awesome. That's impulsive. That's the way we do it. Get some music up here. There you go. Do this, boy. Let's go. Hey, go.
I said a hip, the hip, hop, you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, bubble to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat.
Let's go, come on.
Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
You want to do it over here?
I am
Smoother.
Wonder Mike, and I
Yeah,
like
get
to
over
say
there. That's
hello.
where you want it, right there it
To
is.
the black,
Let's
to
give
the
some
white, the
encouragement,
red,
everybody.
the brown, the purple,
Yeah,
the
let's
yellow.
go.
First, I gotta bang, bang.
got it.
Boogie to the boogie, say up,
There's
jump,
nobody
boogie
out
to
there.
the
Go ahead,
bang,
just look at
bang,
me.
boogie, let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on
All
the
right.
mic is my man Hank.
Actually,
Come on,
Clarice
sing
wants to
that
say just a
song.
couple quick things here. Is this on?
Yeah, I think my son, he got a little stage fright right there, but he just asked. But I appreciate you guys embracing this moment and also embracing the shade tree. I thank you guys for everything that you've done for me and my family thus far. I've always had a dream of helping and also owning a home. I want to do something that is more impactful in life. And I think owning a home leaves a footprint in everyone's life, and it's something that I can also pass down whenever I'm not here to my kids. I don't ever want to be in a position anymore where something is taken away from me for anything. And
Yes.
I want to put my kids in a position where that won't happen to them at all, too. So I am taking classes, getting knowledge. That's something someone else can't take from me either. And I'm going to make the best of it and be the best real estate agent I can be.
All right, yes. Very
So
nice.
thank you.
Give it to Marty. There you go. Hang on. Stay up here for just 1 second, okay? One final thought here, and then we're going to take a selfie. Yes, Juan?
So when I was doing the tour, we talked about other residents that had made this journey. And our dream is that every single person that enters our door, for whatever reason, goes from dependence upon us, which is fine, that's why we're there. We love walking the journey with them, all the way to independence. And so we're so grateful for Realty One standing with every single one that wants to be independent. Thank you so much.
All right, a quick photo op, and then we'll move on. Come on in here, everybody. A little closer here. All right, selfies for everybody. Go ahead, snap away. Uh-oh, Juan is on the move. Jump! What? Do it, press it. All right, we done? We done? All right, cool. Cool. One more? Got it? Cool. One more round of applause for Lorraine, Shade Tree, Catherine. Thank you so much. Good job. All right.